What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got more Coach Prime news today, as you probably already guessed. Now, we have his reaction to Ed Reed getting hired to Bethune Cookman. I think Bethune Cookman is now going into the SWAC this coming season. They spent time in the MEAC before then, but now they're headed over to the SWAC, and Deion Sanders spoke on Ed Reed. He said, Ed is a once-in-a-lifetime player, and Bethune-Cookman understood what they needed to take their program to another level. His work ethic, commitment, and attention to detail are unmatched. I just pray that Bethune-Cookman can keep up with his vision. And so those are glowing words for the guy that's kind of trailblazed, this new trend of superstar athletes going to coach these HBCUs. Now, one thing that stood out is I just pray that Bethune-Cookman can keep up with his vision. So that made me think back to some of the things that's coming out with Jackson State, and the ticket sales and things of that nature. And he's pretty much saying he hopes it's a lot smoother and there's not a lot of inner turmoil that he seemed to experience in the latter stages of his tenure at Jackson State, where the money was getting misappropriated or whatever. So good words from Deion Sanders, man, and his impact is clearly felt. A lot of people saying, what has he done for HBCUs? I think they're going to try to follow this model for the guys that played at the highest level. If they want the opportunity to come coach, why not bring someone that close to the game and not far removed from the NFL to come down and impart wisdom and attract more recruits, attract more attention to the program? That's a start. So Coach Prime's impact cannot be questioned. Now, moving right along, Deion Sanders, he landed one of the fastest running backs in the country, and this was one of his first big-time recruits at Colorado, Dylan Edwards. He got him a few weeks back, and he spoke on what makes his relationship with Coach Prime that much more special. And when he was speaking to 24/7 Sports, he said, what a lot of people don't know is I actually played for Deion when I was young. I was a part of the Truth organization, so I know him. I really know who he is as a person and how much he cares for people. It's not just Deion. I know a lot of his staff too. I know Coach Hart, Coach Mathis, and a few others. They're like family to me, so it's great to be back with them, and I can't wait to get going. So he knew about Coach Prime taking the job prior, and he said, I knew he was taking it, and then he reached out to me and said he wanted me to be his first commit. When you have Deion Sanders call you up to tell you that, how can you say no to that opportunity? Deion is a player's coach, and he's trying to build something special. I've always wanted to play for him, and actually had Jackson State in my top 10, and in my top 5, I believe. I was giving them a hard look, but I just didn't think they had the resources there. I'm not going to read the rest of the quote, but I want to talk a little bit about that. I said that in my previous video, a lot of these guys wanted to play with Coach Deion Sanders before, but they couldn't because, well, I ain't going to say they couldn't, but most chose not to do what Travis Hunter did because of the resources. They were actually making their secondary choice to go to the high major because Deion was the coach they wanted to play for. I just said that yesterday, and it's good to see one of these recruits come out and confirm that. And it's also good on another front, like looking at what this kid said, he already knew Coach Sanders prior. So it's not just because he wants to jump on the new hot thing or the flavor of the month thing right now. He really has a great relationship with Deion Sanders dating back to his youth. And, he was a part of that organization. So this whole notion that he's poaching recruits and they're just jumping on the bandwagon, you got to look at some of the grassroots work that he put in. Even before Prime Academy, when he used to work with those kids and have those combines and everything, he's come across a lot of kids, and some of them are already grown now, but some of them have just, they're coming out of high school or they are already in college. So with him at Colorado, it's an easy transition for those guys, especially considering the fact that they don't have to sit out for a season now. They can just transfer and play. But Dylan Edwards, coming out of high school, that's one of the ones he impacted early on in life, man. And he wanted to go play for Coach Prime. Now, moving right along, I got one more thing to say about the coach today. And now there was also a report that came out from a reporter for The Athletic by the name of Grace Rayner, and she spoke about Texas wide receiver signee Jonte Cook. And Deion Sanders and Coach Hart called his mom ahead of signing day to gauge how locked in he was with Texas, and the mom shut it down immediately. That just goes to show, like, he's not just going to get everybody because he's Deion Sanders. You know, there's still guys that want to go play for other programs, you know, and these parents influence and help in the decision-making process too. So the mom is probably trying to teach Cook, you know, a lesson. He made a commitment and she wants him to honor that commitment. Sometimes that's a lesson that parents teach. At the same time, you know, this will be kind of his first decision as a grown man. Well, it's already made now because I think he signed at this point, and he is like pulling teeth trying to get out of those things. See Devontae Graham and Appalachian State for reference as far as how hard it is to get up out of a national letter of intent. So he's still, you know, it's still going to be hard to get some of these guys early on, but I think the recruiting momentum is all in his favor going forward. I think he's going to attract the top players from across the country to come to Boulder, and I don't see it slowing down, man. But that's it on the coach today, man. I don't have much else to say, but hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace out.
By the way, I want to make a statement to you, my friend, who I've loved. You are a Hall of Famer. I said that.
Appreciate that, Prime. I appreciate it. It means more than anything. That's all. Coming from you, man.
Love it. Yes.
That's love.